Alright, today Throwback Thursday, so just thought I'd talk about Drake, So Far Gone mixtape. And at the end of the day, man, we all know it's a classic tape. We all know that this kind of changed the game in a way. 50 Cent changed the way we view mixtapes as far as turning actual other people's beats, into song format. Lil Wayne made the mixtape game persevere as far as, consistency. And I think Drake changed the format of mixtapes as far as how it damn near feels like an album. You know what I mean? And this is one of the ones that was just crazy. I don't got to break everything down. Y'all already know about, So Far Gone. The EP came out in stores, you know what I mean? It was overall a good track. I mean, the songs that he put on the EP, I felt like it was a good look, but at the same time, it's just certain tracks that I fuck with. If you don't know, for those who don't know, the first Drake track I ever heard was Congratulations. But a lot of these tracks I had already heard before a lot of the, that Piff and everything like that was out. You had Frostwire, LimeWire, you know what I mean? So I heard a lot of these joints before. But it was an overall great look. His previous two mixtapes was, I guess some would say mediocre at best, but I went through them and some of his goodest work in my personal opinion. But I mean, mixtape starts out with Lust for Life, as you hear right here. Definitely fuck with the beat. I like the melody he used. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas was another one that was a great record. Successful, of course, we know that became actually a single that was on his album. Not on his album, but it was on Trey Songz's album, but it didn't feature Lil Wayne. That was kind of weird. Let's Call It Off is probably my favorite song. I used to always listen to this shit. I used to knock this shit. Like, it was just different that when Drake came out, you know what I mean, as far as the way he rapped and the shit he talked about. It was just crazy, you know what I mean? November 18th, it was kind of like that feel of when he did the whole Nothing Was the Same album. That whole H-Town influence was always, in his music, incorporated in it. And this was like one of the tracks to where I first got to hear it. And it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, he fucking with, the H-Town shit. Then we get into ignorant shit. Of course, if you remember the original version by Jay-Z, that shit was fire. It wasn't the same version that was on Blueprint 3. So when I seen him and Lil Wayne was on the track, I'm like, oh, okay. And this is not the first time him and Wayne worked together. They did a bunch of other tracks. I should have named a couple. I may go back and talk about a couple of them, but they was dope. This was actually fire. Lil Wayne had the better verse on here, but as time went on, we know that Drake kind of killed Wayne on a few tracks, so I definitely fuck with that. A Night Off featuring Lloyd. I used to play this shit all the time, you know what I mean? Call it emotional, call it whatever you want, but that shit was, back then, that shit was pretty dope, you know what I mean? I actually fucked my ex-girlfriend to this song, when it dropped. Probably this came out in February, about mid-March, you know what I mean? It's just one of them motherfucking times where you throw in a little romantic type music, and it is what it is. Say What's Real was another good one where he used a Kanye West beat, Say You Will, and it was just crazy to actually hear him get on the track like that, because that track right there off Kanye, 808s and Heartbreak, was actually a good record, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, Drake actually tackled this. Big Sean did the same shit, as we all know, because I know somebody gonna say it, but it was a good look. A little bit, definitely another one of my favorite joints, I liked it more of the, I guess, different records that most people wouldn't probably listen to on this project, but this was like, man, I could just talk about stories during these songs alone. Of course, best I ever had. I don't care who the fuck you was. When you first heard this record, it was new, it was fresh, you liked it. I don't give a shit what nobody say. You can't front on this record, because when you heard it, it was, you know what I mean, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, you could have my heart, or we could share it, like the last slice. Like, that line was just crazy. It's not the most woo line, but it's like, oh shit. You know what I mean? It make you think, like, last slice of pizza, you do share it, you dig? But that was dope. This right here, crazy record. Telling you, Lil Wayne verse, like, I used to know this shit off the bat. Like, it just was a crazy record. Let me see if I still. Hold on. Hold on. I think I still know this shit. Hold on. This shit was crazy. Like my favorite, like Lil Wayne verse. My name is Weezy. I'm almost perfect, and I work harder than hard working. Was all surface. That's one ball surface. Therefore I act a clown. Even when I'm laying on my back, I'm never backing down. So know what he say? So overstand me. I got a condo in Miami. I'm doormat is always sandy, and I run Louisiana, but I never pulled a hammy. I got a condo in Atlanta. Always wear a bandana. Like that nigga was going crazy. Circus. That's when my balls surface. Therefore I act the clown. Even when I'm laying on my back, I'm never backing down. So overstand me. I got a condo in Miami, and my doormat is always sandy, and I run Louisiana, but I've never pulled a hammy, and I got a condo in Atlanta, and I always wear a bandana when it comes. Nigga, come on, bro. I used to fuck with that shit heavy. You know, Uptown, that was dope. Drake on the hook, crazy. You know what I mean? Sooner than later. This was another record where I was like, you know what I mean, when I was going to try to complete my journalism degree. This song always just kept me motivated as far as my writing process. You know, you get essays and shit in class. I thought that shit was intriguing, and it was just a great song. I didn't like Bridget's interlude. The calm. People to this day still debate what's more better. Said it so ghetto. Which is the more, I guess, volatile song? The calm or Fear? You know what I mean? They both dope, but I think Fear takes the cake with that one. And the outro, of course, was elegant, you know, with the piano, and just a great way to close the mixtape, my bad. I'm just a little excited. But overall, man, this shit was dope. And, of course, you know, brand new remix featuring Trey Songz. I didn't give a fuck about that, though. But this song, outro, and the calm and Fear, congratulations. It's just so many dynamics to where it's like, man, it's nothing on here you can't say you don't like. It's something on this project for everybody. You know, and I think that's what made this shit timeless. I think that's what made this shit classic. And to this day, you still can put this mixtape on and play it all the way through. You know, let's keep it real. Today's music is not like that, because if you got 12 tracks, it's no way that you're going to listen to all the tracks without forcing yourself to do it. This you could just throw on and just zone out, you know, till this day still. So I just feel like this is one of the mixtapes that will always be timeless. You know, I don't really think that Drake really had to go back and do a So Far Gone. 2, I thought it was going to be a play off the title with, if you're reading this, it's too late. It was supposed to be something similar to this, but at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. But this shit is just crazy, man. This is a dope project, man. I listened to it yesterday. Shout out to Mateo Toro. You know what I mean? He hit me on Twitter and was like, yo, that shit is classic. You know what I mean? I was like, I may talk about it, you dig? And I talked about it. But, I mean, what's y'all favorite joints on here? What's some of y'all memories, you know, listening to this? I know when this was out, some of y'all was in high school. Some of y'all may have been in college. Some of y'all may be in, you know, middle school, whatever, what have you. But this just was just timeless, you know. And that goes to my point of how do y'all hate on Drake now for the rap singy type shit where he always done that since day one. Like, he always done that, you know. And I think he's improved over time, you know, especially with his singing, because he wasn't the greatest singer, but how he incorporated the melody with certain pitches and certain tones, it made it more of a enjoyable listen, you know, if you want to call it that. But I definitely fuck with this tape, you know what I mean? I wouldn't compare this to anything he's dropped, you know, lately, because we already know he's influenced by a lot of other, you know, I guess artists that's in the game as far as his music past this. But this definitely pushed over into his debut album. And I think once Thank Me Later came out, and then you got Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and now we're waiting for Views from the Six, it'll definitely see, like, when you look back on Drake's career through all his projects, does he really have something that really was like, eh? In my opinion, yes. Nothing Was the Same was average as shit. I feel like that should have been a mixtape. You know, I just feel like that just was totally, he was influenced by other people on that, you know, different cultures and everything like that. And that's not really the essence of him, the essence of, you know, Toronto, where he's from. So I just feel like, to me, that's his throwaway album, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody has one. Lupe got Lasers. People say Kanye with 808s and Heartbreak. Jay-Z would be the Blueprint 2 or the Blueprint 3, 50 Cent. I'm going to say Curtis. Other people say the 2 past that, but so forth and so on. Lil Wayne Rebirth. So at the end of the day, it was a good project. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I hope this video upload. Throwback Thursday.